This is a brand new 9.0 Firewire TJ Pro. I'm getting it ready to put on a set of wax mats. My next step is I'm going to put a masking tape down the center as a stringer, since this board does not have a center line, and then we'll put on the wax mats. I just laid down a piece of masking tape right down the center. This board has a nose guard that has a V in the center, and then I tied it up with the leash plug in the back, so I have some center line to follow when I lay the wax mats down. The first thing I just put down is a hot grip tail pad. I like a tail pad. I position my tail pads right ahead of the leash plug. Next, I'll lay down all the wax mat panels and arrange it on the board. The first panels I lay down are the back panels. They're designed to fit right ahead of the tail pad. Next, I'll lay down all the mids all the way up towards the nose, and I'll show you what I'm putting in between for spacers on this 9.0. I've now laid in place all the mid panels. You notice there's a space right where the blue tape is. That will be filled in by 2x12s and 3x12s. I've positioned the 2x12s and the 3x12s. As the board got wider up by the chest area, the 3x12s fit better, and the 2x12s fit better towards the tail and up towards the nose where it narrows down. The next piece I'm going to put on is the nose, and then a quarter mid after that. The first piece I'm going to lay down is the tail pad. So as I put the pad down and the panels, I'm going to start lifting up the masking tape so I can position the panels as we go along. The hot grip tail pad, like the panels, have a clear liner on them, and there is a peel and stick adhesive already on the bottom of the tail pad. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the clear liner from the nose, from the beginning of the panel of the pad. I've taken off the front part of the liner, positioned the front of the tail pad right in the center of the tape, and I position the back of the tail pad directly above the leash plug. Then I'm going to remove the rest of the liner and press the pad down onto the deck of the board. I'm pulling the liner off the pad on the bottom of the pad, and then I'm just going to press it down onto the board. I'm now going to press the mat down on the board with my fingers firmly all the way around the edges. I press it down firmly. Then I found out it's also good because this panel has some grooves in it. Just take your finger or scissors, edge of the scissors, and just kind of press it down in place. The hot grip tail pad is made out of the same material as the wax mats, so it creates a very grippy surface that's non-abrasive to your feet or your knees, and yet provides excellent grip. It also has air chambers in it, so it gives you kind of a nice cushion air chamber feel. I'm next going to start on the back panels and lay it down. I peeled away the tape. Also, we've noticed that you can go up to an inch apart from the panels without creating any kind of a slippage issue. In fact, it seems to allow the water to flow better. So again, you can put up about an inch in between the panels as we're doing here. Same thing, I'm taking off the liner from the front of the panel, the wax mat, placing the front onto the board, peeling the rest of the liner off the panel, and pressing the whole panel onto the board. This is the liner on the back panel where I peeled off just the front, and I'm going to position it on the deck of the board where I want it. I press the beginning of the panel down on the board, peel off the liner, and press the whole panel onto the board. And just repeat the process all the way up the whole deck of the board. The two back panels have been put in position. Although note, I've noticed it's good to have a little rubbish can near you so you can throw your liners in it. I'm just going to continue on building the board up. Once all the panels are down and you're pleased with the position, Then we'll go back with a ruler, edge of a ruler or a roller, and press the panels firmly onto the board. The mid panels, what I'm going to do in this particular case, because there are 2x12 panels in between the mid panels on this longboard, I'm going to leave the masking tape down on the board, not apply the center spacer panels until I'm completely done. So I'm just going to do all the series of the mid panels all the way up to the nose, and leaving the masking tape on the board and the center strips on top of the masking tape, not applied at this time. I have put all the mid panels in place. Now I'm going to start putting the center pieces in by just taking the tape off as I go along, and I'll put all the center strips in place.